Welcome to this introduction to a Methodist vision. I'm David Bell, and this is my personal statement. It's about human rights and the Christian values of truth spoken in love. The term human rights wasn't invented when John Wesley lived and started the Methodist movement. But he was passionate about the ideas behind the modern phrase: liberty of conscience and freedom of speech, the wickedness of slavery, the devastation of poverty and hunger. With a fire in his words, he wrote, talked and preached about all of these and more. Wesley was filled with a sense of justice and compassion. It was compelling to listen to him preach it, and he felt compelled to say it. Now, how did that happen? What was the real motivation? The answer is straightforward. It was because Wesley believed the biblical affirmation that everyone was born into the love of God, although they might later on ignore or reject that love. It followed in the light of that love, therefore, that there could only be radical equality before God, irrespective of colour, creed or religion. The poor, the dispossessed, the lowly were as important in God's eyes as the rich, the powerful, the important people, the upper crust. Not only did John Wesley believe this, he knew that he had to show it. By his actions, he had to demonstrate that the least important person was valued by God as much as the VIP. He did the impossible. He put the power of self-worth into the hands of those who needed it. As a result, he changed a nation. Today, many New Zealand Methodists understand that they can only live out this truth as the congregations to which they belong seek to be radically inclusive. This means truly valuing and participating in the political processes which affirm radical equality. The Kiwi Methodist way takes its cue from Jesus' command to love your neighbour as yourself. Many people have no time for this kind of religious history. They say knowledge is increasing exponentially. Christianity is past the use-by date. Our understanding of the universe, in their terms, is constantly developing. Science and technology have changed the way we think about ourselves and about nature. Not so. In his era, John Wesley also was totally immersed in the world of science. He really appreciated it because it shed more light on something larger, and that was insight into the wisdom of God in creation. Wesley and the early Methodists were passionate about using the power of reasoning. They were as equally ardent about valuing the Bible and using tradition wisely. Most of all, emphasis was put on an individual's own experience in seeking the truths of God. Today, we continue to emphasize those four wise insights that Wesley so often talked about: the Bible, tradition, reason, and personal experience in the search for God. And I believe the need to do this is urgent. This is wisdom that doesn't date, but it can be forgotten or easily overlooked. The world may have shrunk in the digital information age, but people still need to be drawn close to one another, acknowledging their shared humanity. Science and faith belong together. Both have truths and gifts to offer that are complementary. There's usually a lot of living to be done between being born and dying, and there are stabs of pain and suffering, the moments of joy and exhilaration. For the great majority of the world's population, the human race faces more problems than solutions, and life is a constant struggle. Some die young, violence, hatred, rage kills them, or indifference. Others are brought to despair in the face of natural or man-made disasters. And just a few, proportionately, grow old gracefully, maturing in wisdom and happiness. There's not a magic answer, But there are endless opportunities to stand up and take responsibility, to share the load. Today, just as then, Methodism at its best doesn't put people into boxes and insist there's only one way to look at Jesus or one way to think about God. Wesley said, "I dare not, therefore, presume to impose my mode of worship on any other." And he had a strong view about Christians judging one another on matters of doctrine. He said, "Orthodoxy or right opinions is, at best, but a very slender part of religion, if it can be allowed to be any part at all." I like that. In New Zealand today, many Methodist churches are well defined as companions of the truth seekers and meaning creators, serving and proclaiming Christ Jesus. Join me again, same time, same channel next week. Do subscribe, share or comment in YouTube, Facebook, etc. And thanks for watching.